Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to create a classroom website using Weebly. If you don't already have an account, please go ahead and consider signing up for one. If you pick the free account, you can always upgrade to the paid subscription at a later time. Once you've logged in, you can choose to add a site, which is what we're going to do today. And you can decide whether you're okay with having a site that's focused on passing information, blogging, which is basically online journaling, where you sometimes or sometimes not invite your audience to respond, or selling particular things. So obviously for the sake of a classroom website, we're going to go ahead and pick that. Next thing that we're going to take a look at is the selection of designs that's available. And you want to keep in mind what your audience is expecting to see. As tempting as it is to pick something that's really fun, if you end up as a parent going to a website and seeing a whole bunch of pictures about cars or this really appetizing looking restaurant one, chances are you're going to think that you're in the wrong spot, and you may X out before getting the opportunity to see your kids classroom website. So I like this one. It looks kind of artistic. I think I could go ahead and use it. And don't worry about what's in the pictures here. You can always change those. And the nice thing too is you can always change your design later if you'd like to. So once we get here, you've got to decide what it is that you want to name your website. .weebly.com will be at the end of your website name if you don't pay for a free domain name. I don't really want to pay for a free domain name, so I'm going to say Mrs. D's, oh, apparently no periods, Mrs. D, what should I say, classroom demo. .weebly.com. It is available, so I'm good to go. I'm going to go ahead and click on continue. Now, this brings me to the home screen that I have. I also already have an about page and a contact page. I can choose to keep these, or I can choose to change these if I want to. Same thing with anything that's on the screen. If I want to have these social media icons on there, I can. By going up to pages, you can choose to rename your page. Maybe you want your home page to be named welcome. You can choose to add extra pages if you'd like to. Maybe you want a blog page where you're going to put your weekly newsletter. Perhaps it's probably going to want to have it, let's see, about the kids. Maybe we'll call this a kids page. And then the other page that I want to add in there is a parents page. And that's not to say that, oops, parents page. That's not to say that kids can't go to the parents page, but I'm going to include things like links to lunch menus on there, or links to state standards, and a calendar of the school date. So that way parents don't have to scroll all over the place looking for that. If you have pages that you want to be a subset, like an outline of another, you just slide it over to the right, and then you can slide it back to the left if you change your mind. Okay, so don't hit publish until you want your website to show up. If I hit publish at this point, it literally would be available online blank as it is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and edit, and then I come back to here, and you're going to find all of these really handy tools that are over on the side. You can either click up here and it will take you straight down to it, or you can use the scroll bar to go all the way through them. Some of the ones that you want to pay attention to that are definitely going to be helpful are the title, text, and image boxes. What helps to realize when you're moving these over, because I got a little bit frustrated when I first began, is to watch the blue bars. If you'll see right now, I have a blue bar that's above where I put my title box. Okay, if I scroll over here and I let go of my mouse at this point, the text box would be above where I had my title box. This is my title box, and just for demonstration, I'm going to name it title box. I found on some of the designs that you can pick, the title box is always capitalized. I have no idea why. Okay, so this is my text box. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead, just so you can see, and move an image box over, and we'll talk about those in just a second. Now watch where the blue bar goes. Okay, at the moment my blue bar is way over by the right hand side, and it's to the right of the title box. Okay, if I scroll up over here, I could have, it's kind of hard to see through it sometimes, but I can have that little tiny blue bar, and you'll see how what it will do is put the image over here and my text box over here. Well, that doesn't really make sense to have my title on the bottom. So the great thing about Weebly is that you can move everything around. Now watch, if I leave it right now, guess where my title box is going to end up? Right in the middle of my two things. That again doesn't make any sense to do. So I'm going to move it above this. If I want to, I could even say that, you know, I really would just rather have it, I can move it kind of over this way by grabbing that little box and dragging it. I really only want my title box to be over the text, and I want my picture to take up more space. When I click on the upload image, I have the option of using anything from my computer, or I can go up to some of these handy little attachment things here, and you can do a search for whatever you'd like to. Today I'm going to go ahead and type in classrooms as soon as I learn how to type today. And I'm going to have the choice of these fantastic looking photos. I need to pay attention to the fact that these ones that say professional photos are about $5 each. The great thing is the fact that they're royalty free. The not so great thing is the fact that they're $5 each, and it's really easy to say, I love that one so much that I'm going to buy it, and that you end up like I do, and you have 5, 10, 15, 20, $25 worth of photos that I bought in the last 2 days. You can use them over and over again on what you want. The other option that you really want to take a look at, it's hit or miss, are the free photos. There are times that they have 50 pages of photos that people have uploaded and they don't mind being reused over and over again that you can get for free, and you don't have to, ooh, that's a really cool one, pay for them at all. Tempting as it is to grab some of those images off the web and use them on your website, one of the things that we're going to be teaching our students, and I'm sure you are too, is digital citizenship. And copyright laws are a big deal. We need to respect an artist, and you can't really get mad at your students for cheating on a test or stealing in your classroom if you're going to steal online. So there are other places online that you can get free images. Creative Commons is an excellent source. If you go to Google and type whatever it is that you're looking for, maybe I want some other images, so I'll show you this really quickly. I'm going to go to Google, and then I'm going to type classroom images and Creative Commons. Okay. Creative Commons is essentially a way that you can find images that people don't mind if you use. There are certain standards that are associated with it, and you can go to Creative Commons website and see what their little codes are. Oop, that one did not work very well. And they'll tell you that this image symbol means that you can use this picture, but you can't sell it, or you can use this picture however you want to, or you can use this picture, but you're not allowed to modify it. So there are different sites. If you come to something and you're not sure, look for the little CC with the circle that's around it, or if all else fails, do a Control F and just type in Creative Commons at the bottom and see if it comes up. Oh, yep, it did. And you want to make sure that you always give credit where credit is due and say where you got the image. So I might decide I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this image on my downloads here. And the other thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to, while I'm here, copy. Oh, come on, work with me here. I'm going to try to copy, Control C, where I got that picture from. So now I'm coming back here. Maybe I've decided I want to have this other wonderful picture that I just copied. So I'm going to drag my image over. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to say I'm going to upload it this time from my computer. Scroll down and find that one that I just got. Here it was. Click open. I can resize my picture if I want to, left, center, right. Okay, now the other thing I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to go down to caption, and that's where I'm going to include where I got that photo from. So I'm not too worried about including where I got the photo from if it came directly from Weebly. I'm sure you could certainly note that you got your picture from Weebly, but I kind of consider it's like Microsoft Word with clip art, that they're expecting that you're going to go ahead and use those. So I hope this has been a really helpful tutorial for you. Definitely take a look at some of the other things that are on the side when you first get there to see if they're going to help you. Things like buttons that you can add if you want people to be able to click here and that will take them to a particular link. You can link any buttons that you want to. You can use spacers if you want to add space between things by clicking on the spacer. You can then go ahead and decide how much space. White space is really important on websites. You don't want too much information to be on there. The little star on the search box tells me that I would have to pay an upgraded subscription to be able to use that function. So definitely play around with the different things that are on there, and when you're ready, publish your website. You can go back into your regular list of the sites that you have and decide to unpublish it later at another time if you want to. I hope this has been helpful.